Hi dolls, and welcome to today's training on Feed-in Braids. Today we're going to be using the same rack that I taught you in the first video on separation of hair. I want to dive right in. As you can see, I'm parting out my 3 legs and we're going to get started. What you want to do is once you grab, I'm holding with my right hand, which is my dominant hand, and with my left hand, I am going to reach for the hair. If you are not right-handed or left-handed, you want to adjust to what feels comfortable, but you want to be holding the hair to the scalp with your dominant hand. And as you can see, what I just did there was compare the strands. So I'm making sure that I'm not putting in a thicker strand than one of the legs. So it's less than it or equal to, but not thicker than, because to start out a hair, you don't want the beginning to be super thick. You want it to look natural, and you don't want it to be able to tell that the hair is added into the braids. That's the point of feed-in braids. So I'm going to go over this example a few more times. So I'm holding the hair. I make sure I gathered hair inside my fingers. You want to grab, set it on your fingers like that. Get some pressure on it. And you want to slip it between your thumb and your pointer just like that. And that goes with that hair, and that this other half goes in the middle. Then you want to keep braiding, and I only add hair when my dominant hand, my right hand, is holding. I reach with my left, I get some pressure on it, and I slip it in just like that, and just keep braiding. So before you slip the hair in, you want to make sure you have full control. You want to make sure you added some hair to your cornrow. Then you want to hold it and slip it under. And I'm going to do this in a different view, a more up close view. But for now, I just kind of want you guys to see as I'm going through the rack. I'm going step by step, and I'm feeding in on every turn. So me feeding in on every turn helps for the braid to be, the legs to stay at a consistent thickness throughout the braid. So the fact that I don't stop at all and braid without adding hair, it allows my legs to stay at a consistent pace. And in the next view, I'm going to show you when you do stop, that when you do jump back into feeding in hair, there's a certain way you want to do it. So I'm just going to keep going. And even though it looks stitched, this is not the stitched feed-in braids. That will be on Wednesday. But it's basically the same concept. You're just going to pay a little bit more attention to detail. You're going to stop and you're going to use your finger. But for this, you want to, and as I'm going through, if you were braiding a normal hair and not a mannequin head, I would have a little bit of jam and shine on the back of my hand, and I would be combing through the hair as I go so that you don't have any knots and bumps in your cornrow. So as I'm going, I would stop and make sure the natural hair along with the extensions are straightened by combing it through. And you want to do that just like that. You want to do that as you go. You want to take the time to make sure there's no knots or bumps in your cornrow, and you by combing it through. All right, that's my last feed-in. And then you're going to see me do the flip method again. And the flip method that I do, it also helps that so that the braids at the back of your neck does not have that effect where it feels like it's lifting up off the back of your neck. I'm sure you guys have seen braids like that, where it just looks like the braid right at the neck, it's like lifting up off, like cocking off. And we don't like that look. So we want it to be thick and heavy enough to where the braids just hang and it looks smooth and it's not lifting up off the neck. So I'm going to braid that down. I'm not going to braid it down all the way. But then I'm going to switch to a different view in a little bit, and you guys will be able to see how I achieve that in a closer angle. So if I was doing a natural hair, which I will be showing an example of that soon, I would have slicked down both sides of the braid with the jam and shine or the O-gel before I started braiding. But since this is a mannequin head, I don't need that type of assistance. But for natural hair, for it to stay and for it to look good, you're gonna want to do that prior to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my 3 legs started. I'm gonna go ahead and gather some hair into the braids, just like that. Then I'm gonna reach. I wanna put it on my fingers and slip it in between. Remember, always remember to make sure you have gathered hair in your fingers before you add the stitch, before you had to add the feed-in braids into it. And in this cornrow, I'm gonna not feed in consistently. I'm gonna start feeding in, and then I'm gonna stop because I want this braid to be a little bit smaller or a little bit tighter than the previous one. So if I kept adding in, it would be a little bit looser because the legs would be thicker, and I would have to adjust the size of my cornrows as I'm going, and that makes for a looser cornrow. So the less hair that I add in, the tighter your braids would look. So as you can see, I'm gonna stop adding in hair and I keep going until I feel like, okay, I can start adding now. I add in, but what you want to do is never just add one. Whenever you stop, you never just want to add one in. You want to get back to a consistent pace, because once you add one in and you continue to go, your legs are going to be off. They're going to be different sizes and your braids is not going to be neat and nice. So you want to continue with a consistent pace. Once you've stopped and then you start to add back in, you want to add at least twice or 3 times before you stop again. All right, so I'm not sure if you can see, but this braid is a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller, and then I'm just gonna get thicker at the end. And I'm adding in, it's the same amount of hair that I've added in as the first braid. It just gives it a different effect when you stop adding in and then start again. It's my last one, and you want to make sure your last feed-in is at the end of the braid. And this is going to allow for when it's at the end of the braid, it's going to allow for all your braids to be on the same length. This is a way to make sure that all your braid ends at the same time, and that looks so much better than having a short length and a longer length. This just gives it more consistency. So you want to make sure everything that you do while you're braiding is detailed. You want to pay attention to every single thing, because it's not just braiding, it's the overall look of the style. And details is extremely important. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.